So what do you know about the new
So
patch?
very first, first of all,
You're doing the intro.
Ranting aside, these patch notes are currently being played in tournaments.
Yes.
Okay, but they're not published by Blizzard. Right?
No.
Right.
No. They're in the mod. The mod is being consistently updated.
Right. So the mod
there's
is
a lot of
updated.
really hardworking people that are working on it. I know that Ali is AHLI is like integrated a bunch of stuff into it. So now it has Game Heart mod. It has
Yeah, I heard about that. Nice Username was talking about that.
Yes,
for sure.
yeah. It has the battle report mod. It's got some awesome stuff in there.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, so then now that we've got the history lesson here, we'll start with the worker units. No longer need to wait for full decel. Okay, so we know this one.
This one's not new.
This makes workers absolutely jacked.
Yes, and the workers used to be that way. They used to be that way, and then they randomly changed them, and then they got really crap for a while. And
how long is a while?
I don't know, but I remember people.
I mean, it never changed. Deceleration still is a thing now.
Yeah, they actually. So from Heart of the Swarm to this is a different deceleration. It's actually affecting mining. From Heart of the Swarm to Legacy of the Void, I think, or was it Wings to Heart of the Swarm? I don't remember. But basically, they made it so that workers decelerated less when they approached a mineral patch. So it used to be you could micro the hell out of workers in the early game.
Right click and then
right click, shift click.
But no, I'm talking about for attack specifically.
No. I know for attack specifically. No, they're two different things though. But what I'm saying is they've done this before where they have changed it without saying anything, and they did that from like I said, I think it was Heart of the Swarm to Legacy. Yeah, I think Heart of the Swarm to Legacy. They did that. I don't know when they changed this behavior. But now they're basically reverting it, and they're making workers.
So it used to be that there was no attack or no deceleration before attack.
I don't know if that's fully the case, but I know that they used to be better. They used to be more maneuverable.
Oh, interesting.
So now they're making it so that they're like workers are jacked again, basically.
Okay. So all right, we'll get into Zerg.
Yeah.
Creep tumor. This is an increase in time, right? So
yes.
It was 12 seconds.
Yeah, and now they're increasing it again
to 13.57 seconds. Right, not 5. 5.7. This has got to be
this is like a weird
because of the time
thing.
normalization thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's another nerf to creep tumors.
Okay, and the sight range is the same. Okay.
Yes, I believe they had already made that nerf, so that's not new. That's not new. Hatchery Layer Hive also not new. Viper not new. Okay, so Ultralisk. This one is semi new.
Increase extra range before an ongoing attack cancels from 1 to 1.25.
So originally, that's the range slop.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember that? They increased it to 1.4. Now they're bringing it back down a little bit to 1.25. So
so they changed it from range slop to extra, like the extra range before an ongoing attack. Like they actually
they explained what range slop is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So like this is how far your unit can micro before it cancels the attack. Like how
exactly.
Far.
So in theory,
so this is a nerf to what the original buff was.
But it's making it so that ultras aren't completely idiotic, but they can still be outsmarted a little bit.
Okay.
Because I guess to be honest, I don't know what 1.4 looks like, but I trust the balance team because I know that there are a ton of pros. They are from all the races, and despite everyone saying it's a Zerg Cabal, I mean, clearly
it's not a Zerg Cabal.
It's not a Zerg Cabal, and clearly there is like some we want this to be a thing where there's counterplay, but we don't want it to be.
Yeah. Listen, I know the Cabal. All right, it's like 95% Zerg. There's some representation, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
They had a couple diversity hires in there.
Oh my god!
I had to do that. It was in my head. Okay. Anyway, so Hydralisk. Yeah.
So this change is another one that was done a few weeks ago after the initial change.
Oh wait, so the speed bonus used to be on creep.
It used to be on creep as well.
On creep. Okay.
Yes. Now it's just off creep.
Yeah.
Just off creep. The damage point is, I believe the damage point is still the same from when they buffed it. Can somebody? I think
that is the same.
So that makes them still stutter steppable. Basically, they're not. Yeah. Once again,
did they change this to be like worse than before?
No, it's better. It's better.
No, I meant like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because like
Did
or was it
they-
always 0.1? I think
Did they drag the buff back?
Yeah,
is what you're asking.
I should really check the.
I'm pretty sure it's the
OG
same
ones.
because I don't think that was changed. I think that's the same though. Chat can confirm.
Scarlett's in chat, so if she's in there, she can let us know. But
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it is the same. So then it makes sense to change the Hydra because like on creep is nuts.
Oh yeah. No,
they were
yeah.
schmoovin, like,
Schmoovin,
way too fast for
Yep.
sure.
But being able to attack off creep is still something that is a good buff.
Yeah.
Like as it stands right now, it doesn't feel scary. Like mid game Zerg attacks generally don't feel scary in like most matchups. Like Hydraling Bane can be good in ZVP, but I don't know. It's funny because everyone keeps saying like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're buffing mid game Zerg. That's where they're the most powerful." And I'm like, "What games are you watching? What are you watching where mid game Zerg is the strongest? You idiots!" So they're just wrong about that. So it's nice to see that mid game Zerg is actually going to be a little bit more threatening. And more importantly, this is not a direct buff. This is a buff to players that micro really well. So that's actually a really good thing. Yeah.
Hear that, guys? You guys are idiots. Got him.
Got him.
All right, Broodlord. So move speed increased from 1.97 to 2.24. This is the same, right?
No, it is actually scaled down ever so slightly. But it's
what
like
was it
it's-
before?
I want to say it was like 2.3. Like
Okay.
it's a really small like shave off, but it's just one of those things where they're like, okay, we still want Broodlords to be maneuverable, but we don't want them to be
Yeah, okay.
too much. It's up for debate whether this whole thing was a buff or a nerf to the Broodlord anyways, because of how much of the duration was decreased on
Oh, it's
Broodlings.
like a rework on the unit.
it's
for sure.
more or less a rework.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the spawn, the timing for spawn is so huge because of how, like, I
Yeah.
think you're just less tank volleys are gonna hit you. Like,
Yeah.
it's more, you can micro better against them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do the infinite chain, which is a crazy thing. Like, you can't
Yes.
just spawn broodlings on broodlings.
And there's going to be some changes that we'll get to later that are also going to be a buff against the Broodlord. But we'll talk about those as they come up.
So Ravager, build time increase from 8.57 to 12.14 seconds, and remove the random delay of up to 0.36 seconds. So this is the same, right? But
That's
then
the same.
There
yeah.
was a bug that made it not actually this length in the thing. I think
That's what the random delay is addressing. And there was also a weird bug, and it would happen with lurkers too, and they were addressing that too, where sometimes
so now it's actually what it's supposed to be.
yes,
that's
and
what
you
this
can't
fixes.
accidentally try and morph a Ravager and then have it just not build and you lose the resources.
Okay.
Because you lose a quarter of the resources on that. So it's good that's yeah.
Okay. All right, good. So, for Protoss then, shield battery, overcharge, shield recharge rate bonus reduced from 100% to 50%.
It's the same.
So it's the same,
It's
right?
the same,
But it
yeah.
used to be
But-
200% to 150%, but
They just changed the wording.
Yeah.
But it's the exact same.
Okay, this reduces the total. I love how no one no one knows how much shields that actually is.
Yeah, so
So they had to say like, listen, it's 1440 to 1080. And
how fun is it that it's 1440 to 1080?
Yeah, I like that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
We're just a little cheeky downgrade in terms of
Yeah.
resolution.
It makes you realize how many pixels are actually like it's actually
Yeah.
quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, observer move speed increased from 2.63. This is the same.
The same, yeah.
Okay.
But there is, they did change the upgrade. I'm sure that'll get down later, but they changed the speed buff from the upgrade a little bit.
Is it
I
more?
believe.
Wait.
The bonus raise to remain.
A 50% increase?
Yes, yeah.
So they had nerfed it before.
No,
Like,
no.
Did they change it in the old patch or what?
So this is okay. So they basically just buffed.
Oh, because it was a fixed amount. Like, it wasn't a percentage base. It
Exactly.
was like you would go up to like 3, but now it's like it's probably going to be
Yeah, you can
What?
figure out the exact math, but basically they added an additional 50%
4
of.
point. I want to say like 4 point something, 50%.
Well, the thing is, you just do 0.19 and then you multiply it by 0.5, so it's a 0.1.
4.23.
increase.
Okay. All right. I was like 4.23 seems so high that even though I know my brain
Observers
says
are so
that
fast.
should be fast. It should be that fast. I don't believe it.
Like
But
observers.
it is.
So that's just going to be like PvP. It's going to be a little bit easier for dealing with blink DTs. It's just a really, really nice quality of life buff for Protoss. Really nice.
Okay, solid.
Archon, same as it was before. They joined Weight Watchers. High Templar, which people were telling me was the least impactful boost in the game, it's a huge buff. But that's not new.
Is that what we're talking? Yeah. So we're just burning things. These are the same. This is the same?
Archon. I think pretty much everything is the same except okay.
This is the same.
That's the same. Carrier's the same. Okay. Sentry. They have buffed the move speed of the Sentry since the change. So it's now 3.15 to 3.5. That's actually a pretty big buff.
Didn't they already do this too?
No.
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 Before it was just the build time.
They reduced the build time. Yeah. But that's a pretty big change. I believe that the Forge, I thought they added more to the Forge upgrades. I thought they changed those as well.
No, these are the same.
They are the same on this list, but I had seen...
This is apparently the most up-to-date list.
This is the most up-to-date list?
Even the Reddit thread is not up-to-date with this list.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. I see it on the Liberator cost. Okay. So this is the change that I was talking about, addressing the Broodlords. So now Vikings, they're even more. So you think Hydra's got a buff to micro ability? Vikings just got a huge buff to micro ability too. So now their damage point is 0.04. That's going to make them
holy crap,
very maneuverable. That's going to make them better against BCs. It's going to make them better against Broodlords. It's going to make them better against Banshees, I guess. Yeah, you're gonna be. Oh man, they're gonna be really good against Phoenix too. You're gonna be able to almost move and shoot. They're gonna be like,
that's so fast.
What's the muta? Because they're gonna feel almost like mutas.
So basically, yeah, damage point is just this is the same change for the Hydra, where the Hydra will now turn around and shoot, and then be able to turn around again.
Yeah, but the Hydra went from 0.15 to 0.1.
This is insanity.
This is that's a really big buff. So they're gonna be like they will almost move and shoot.
Apparently, this is is this the same as a Marine? Chat saying,
is that the same as a Marine?
I think
you're gonna be able to hold position micro them almost.
Yeah,
like literally move. Yeah, you're almost. Yeah. Wow,
holy crap.
That is really maneuverable. Which I wonder if you'll even be able to keep them on the same hotkey as a Marine, when you're microing. You're almost going to be able to stutter step Vikings on the same hotkey as Marines. If you're kiting back an army.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For against Protoss.
Against Protoss specifically.
Against Terran
exactly.
you wouldn't, but
no, against
Protoss.
Terran or Zerg you wouldn't. Pretty
Holy
much.
Crap! Yeah,
because you're still going to need to target fire the Broodlords and yeah. Wow, that's really good.
That's a shocking revelation.
That's actually huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is it? Wait. So did they re-revert the Liberator change then?
Yes. Wait, yeah, that's the thing that I don't understand, because the Reddit one had the Liberator costing less supply.
We need to go in game.
And damage. Yeah, I guess we could go in game,
because we need to take a look at the mod, because that has the updated notes on it. But for now.
But
I guess the Liberator...
but Joey was saying that they're in the thing, which this is the part that I'm confused about. So for now, we're gonna skip this. We're just gonna keep going, and then that way, just to keep the content.
Yeah.
And then I'll wait for someone. Yeah, I'll wait to see. This link is right. Okay, Scarlet is confirming that this is actually correct.
This is correct. Okay.
And that the mod in game has been updated, so the Reddit thread is out of date. All right. Okay. And if it's wrong, I'm gonna say in the comments, Scarlet lied to you all. Okay.
So then the Liberator thing never even happened.
Yeah,
we didn't get even a single game.
There was a point of time where the Liberator was supposed to cost some less supply, but we just woke up from this weird nightmare.
Yeah.
The Liberator is just buffed.
Well,
okay, we're just looking around okay, Liberator's just buff. We're the mod check emote right now.
Just a very slight buff. I don't know if this is going to change the game in any realistic way. It's just not it is going to be a difference. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be oh man, now we always open Hellion Liberator in TVZ.
Yeah.
Which with the other change, I think that would have been the case.
Okay.
I think we would have pretty much always.
This is just up to date. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, Ghost. Enhance, shockwave upgrade removed. This is same. This is the same.
Steady targeting can now be manually canceled. Was that added
that
on
was
as well?
No, that was already there.
That was already there.
That was there.
Okay.
Hyperflight rotors research time reduced from 121 to 100. That is
the same.
the same?
The same. And the cost decrease is the same.
Okay.
I believe the cyclone change is the same as well.
No,
The
lock-on.
only thing-
Lock-on will now prioritize
That's
air
yeah.
units if they have an anti-ground attack.
I think that applies to I think that does apply to oracles. Even though they don't always have an attack. I remember I asked chat and I couldn't remember. But I'm pretty sure that's the case.
I like that.
No, that's really nice.
This applies to TBT as well, right?
And to TVZ.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think it applies the most to TVZ. Because there's these weird timings in like some mech games where you've gone straight to mech and your opponent went mutas and they kind of catch you off guard and you pop out like a round of cyclones and the cyclones need to target the mutas, and if they don't, you like lose the game.
Yeah.
And you need to like deal with that first like 8 to 10 mutas, and you have like maybe 5 cyclones, and you like and the thing is where you lock onto the mutas is really important, because if you have to get too close to them, they'll run at you and they will kill you. Because they can, like, run over certain terrain, and they've maybe got, I don't know, like 10, 15 Zerglings with it, too. So that's actually a pretty important...
Yeah, it's a pretty big change. And, like, you can't do stuff like have, like, a cloud of, like, Muta and Corruptor and then have them lock on to, like, half the wrong unit.
Ooh, that's a really good point,
There's,
too.
like... Broodlords attack ground, too, right? So, like, they count as well. So, like, you wouldn't lock onto the Broodlings, you'd lock onto the Broodlords.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And actually, especially with the change to Megfield Accelerator, if you have Megfield Accelerator at the time, when those cyclones pop out, they're going to be way more effective against mutas. So this is actually a reasonably decent buff.
That is a pretty big change, yeah.
Yeah. Because now you're going to 5-shot the mutas because they get the regeneration, obviously, is going to kick in. You're going to 5-shot the mutas instead of, what is that, 7-shotting them?
Yeah, something like that.
That's a huge difference. Because the difference between 5... Wow, that's actually a really big...
I can, like, kind of hear the choo-choo-choo-choo. Yeah, it's not... It is going to be a lot better.
It will make it so that specific timing is, like, a lot less dangerous for Terrans to die from. And that's actually... It may not seem like it, but I've seen... with the amount of games that I cast and the amount of mech games, you'd be surprised how many Terrans die at the absolute top level to that exact timing. Like, literally Solar killed Maru.
So...
in DreamHack Atlanta with that
This guy
timing.
in chat says, who makes Cyclones versus Broodlords? What's wrong with you? This is why people don't make Cyclones like versus Broodlords. Because like Jason can kill like most 6K Zergs with Cyclone Hellion. But then like there's a level above that where they manage to get to like late tier. And like I wonder, because already so many of these changes, especially with the Raven, is going to allow for like Battle Mech to be good. I have to, like, no, there's so much to be theorized, but you really won't know if enough was changed until people play games.
Yeah.
Right? Because, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you will make Cyclones against Broodlords. It could happen, but it's just that they count.
Yeah.
So, like, now there are going to be instances where, like, if you're at the end of a fight and you have some Cyclones and some Broodlords, it's not like an obvious wash.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before, it would have been an obvious wash, whereas now it's a little bit different. It increases the amount of counterplay, because like Broodlords and carriers, things that spawn infinite units, they tend to have that effect where like they always win those weird late game memes.
This Raven change is huge.
Hold on. I'm not there. Sensor tower's the same. Okay. All right. Raven. All right. Gas cost reduced from 200 to 150. Build time 42 to 30. Corvid reactor, okay, same.
No, Corvid reactor is that's not.
No, that was gone last time.
But
they removed the upgrade completely last time.
Okay.
I'm 99% sure. Right?
I don't know about
I'm never 100% sure about anything.
Well, but now it doesn't start with 75 energy.
Yeah, but it didn't last time.
It did.
No.
It did.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yes, it did, because auto turrets cost 75. This is huge.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually massive.
Anti-armor, yeah.
They have reworked the Raven again in a huge way.
Wait, where's the auto turret? So the auto turret's now still 50?
It's back to 50, but they've nerfed the hell out of it. Its health is reduced, its duration is reduced, its armor is reduced, and it no longer gets the benefit of Neo Steel armor. So so now what Ravens have been buffed in terms of cost. They reverted the supply. There was a supply buff, right?
Does it take one tank shot now to kill them?
No, 2. Still 2.
Where it's armor 0.
Yeah. Tanks don't do 100.
So,
Sal. Sal.
No. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're not armored either, right? Because
I think they're still armored. I think they still classify.
The
as
reason
armored.
I went to that is even though it makes sense that the tank doesn't do 100 is because like why? What are you like? Is it just a generic nerf or is it change something in specific?
I don't think they changed the
interference
armor
matrix nerf is now gone too. They are removed. 75?
Oh yes. No. Wait. Oh, the interference. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
75 is the damage of siege tanks versus armored. Okay, that number seems right. It's still 2 tank shots.
No. It is 75. Yeah.
So it's just easier to kill.
Well, no. It would have been 3 tank shots. Oh no, because it would have burned down. It would have burned down. So it would have taken 2 tank shots and then like I don't know a second or 2 to burn down.
Okay,
that last
so
2
now
HP.
it's 2 flat.
Yeah, 2 flat insta kills it.
Because that's the biggest thing about auto turrets, and the reason that this unit is so like completely one-sidedly like it is just so ubiquitous in TVT is it overwhelms the matchup is because the auto turret is so good early game.
Well, what the big deal for this is that in the fights it's not going to be as impactful because now Marines will do much better against it.
Yeah. That's
armor
true.
The armor
you
nerf
could
and the
argue
HP
that
nerf
getting
are huge.
You could argue now that getting more Marines could be better than getting a second Raven, and you'd have to see how it ends up playing out.
Yeah.
But the thing is that early game they act like a disable and they do damage.
Yes,
right where your tanks will shoot them because they have to because they output a ton of damage.
Yeah,
and they also tank a tank shot, which is the same as turning them off pretty much.
Yeah.
But now like if they die more easily, like I'd have to see how it plays out. And hopefully, all I want to see is that building 2 Ravens early game isn't a requirement anymore. That's all I want to see. Because like right now, and I think most Terran players at the higher levels feel the same because they complain to me and everyone else about it that'll listen. It's just that the Raven just dominates the early game. At least now it's 2 and not 3. But
it might still just because of the cost reduction.
Well, yeah, but like you could still. Yeah, the cost reduction, sure, but this could allow you to actually get away from having your starport on a tech lab faster.
Yeah.
So now you can have more
so you
Vikings.
Can get into
so
Vikings.
What's
which
better?
Now micro better.
Having 6 super microable Vikings and 1 Raven, or 2 Ravens and 4 Vikings, right? Like, or 2 Ravens and 2 Vikings.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting decision.
Yeah,
it'll be a much more interesting decision point. That's very important.
Yeah. Well, you don't really know until you see a lot of games on it. But this is a very interesting change. Like I literally can't tell you. I literally just can't tell you, based on looking at this, how I feel it's going to play out in the long term. So, is there anything in here that's actually worth looking at? Because the last time I did one of these videos, the watch time drops from like 77% to like 20%.
I think the only one that was changed is after the beginning is the Banshee. I think
first missile is no longer delayed by 0.11 seconds after attack completes.
So that's going to make Banshees better against shield batteries, I think.
Oh, like both shots come in at the same time.
I think so. Like I'm not 100% on that, but that's what I read that as.
Oh, yeah. So like you won't be able, so it's actually way better against probes.
Yes.
When there's a battery.
I think so.
Previously, the Banshee could even start moving away before the first missile attack was launched. The second missile will also be
Oh, okay. There's still a gap.
Sorry, like
them.
this. It's funny because
wait, what? Oh, that just means they're not as stupid. So they won't just not fire when you try and
micro back.
Yeah, when you try and kite with them. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I think they're just less stupid. Yeah, there's still going to be the delay between the 2 attacks.
Okay, but then it'll just shoot when you turn around. It's funny how I was like shitting on people for this particular thing, and then I almost literally didn't understand because I didn't read the text.
Yeah, I know, right? That was me. I didn't read it either.
Okay.
Anything
else?
I don't think so. Oh, oh wait, hang on. Did they remove the thing about fixing the bug with the auto target? Oh, wait, the
in which
stasis
one?
ward. The stasis ward. Was that changed right at the beginning? I think it was. Scroll down. Shield battery.
Fix an issue where okay. No, this looks fine.
Okay, then they didn't put the thing in about how it would auto target a dark shrine.
No.
But that was just a bug.
Okay,
That might be under
I
general
think this
bugs.
is all the same. Okay, so like I'm just gonna skip from the part where I ranted to this. But right, and then
Sure,
and the
sure.
Banshee
Go,
thing,
go,
'cause,
go,
like
go.
it's all the same.
'Cause we gotta get the
and
stream
we also
started
get
as soon as
the
possible.
thing going as well. Okay. Okay. Listen, chat. We're going to. Unfortunately, I can't raid Dave because that would obviously be the absolute play here. And also, you're all wrong about the patch. Ha. Okay, I love you all. Hey YouTube, if you like this video, comment, subscribe, leave a like. Consider joining our wonderful channel members here, and have a good day.